Hey guys, my name's Rod Pedrick with Palmetto Golf Shop, and today we're going to talk about regripping, and we're going to show you the easy steps that we use in order to regrip clubs. Regripping is important. It's something that you probably want to do at least once, maybe twice a year. It's going to depend on how frequent you play. It's going to depend on how hot the environment is, if you sweat a lot. Obviously, the more you play, the more you sweat, you typically are going to have to regrip your clubs more often. But anyway, today let's talk about what we do when we regrip clubs and kind of show you some of the simple steps. As you can tell, we start out with the club in a vice clamp. The rubber clamp here is sitting in the vice. This is what we use to secure the club to the table. We're going to use a knife that's got a hook blade on it that we can use to get underneath the lip of the grip. We'll cut the grip off. We'll use some solvent, slide the grip back on, and pretty simple process. So to start out, let's cut the grip. Always be aware of your non-cutting hand, and just the way that I can do that is to make sure it's in front of the grip. Obviously, that's something we want to take care of. So let's take our hook blade. We're going to slide it underneath the end of the grip, and it's just pulling. We're just cutting the grip off, okay? And you see how easy that is. You can see how the grip kind of opened up as we cut it. So now all we got to do is pull it off. Some grips will be a little bit harder depending on how long they've been there. Some will be softer and a little bit easier depending on how less time they've been on the grip. You can go back over the top of the tape with new tape. And sometimes we'll do that. Today I'm going to show you what we use in order to take the tape off. It's just a simple heat gun to kind of get some of that adhesive off. And so what I'm going to do is we're just going to take a heat gun and run it up and down the tape just a few times to make sure it's nice and warm. Okay, fairly simple process here. Okay, so now it's on there. And we're just going to take our fingers, and you see how easy that tape's going to come off. Okay? Just going to pull it off bits and pieces at a time. Okay, so now we got some bigger sheets coming off. Might need to use your thumbs. Sometimes you will have to use a knife to get the rest of it off. This is coming off pretty easy. So now we're off. Okay? And because we got a little bit of residue under there, we're just going to clean it really quick. Put the club back in the vice clamp, secure it to the vice, and now we use 2-inch double-sided tape. We're going to take a nice strip of it, put it on top of the shaft, leave a little bit extra at the butt end, okay, because you're going to want to cover up that hole. Take one edge of it, roll it underneath the shaft, take the other edge, roll it on top of that. Take your thumb and just make sure you got a nice seam, and there again you've got some extra tape at the butt end. Twist it and push it in that butt end. Okay, this is making sure we don't get solvent into the shaft itself once we put solvent on there. The next step is on the grip. There's a hole at the end of the grip. I usually use my finger. Some guys will use a T to put in that hole to make sure that whenever you put solvent in there and squirt your solvent in there, that it doesn't come out the other end. Okay, this is just low odor mineral spirits, fairly simple stuff that you can buy at any hardware store. Not too abrasive, doesn't have any odor. That's the important stuff. Shake it up and down, so you want to lubricate the inside of the grip. Pour that onto the tape. It's going to activate some of that adhesion. Take your thumb and forefinger, kind of push along the tip of the opening end of the grip to get it over the butt end of the shaft, and it's a fairly easy slide-on process. Okay. Be careful because some of that extra solvent will want to come out the end of the grip. Take you a towel. Always take a towel and clean up both ends. So we've got a little bit of cleanup here. And if you'll notice, on the grip we've got two marks. You've got a mark at the bottom and a mark at the top. To make sure we want to get that lined up, draw you an imaginary line from those two marks to the sweet spot of the club, and that's what you're going to use to make sure it's squared up. Okay, That's how we do it. Not a very hard process. We're more than happy to do this whenever you're ready. If you'll just call the phone number at the top of the webpage, we'll be happy to help. Thanks.